They say facts are stubborn things, or they used to at least. But over the past 89 years, so many phenomenal tales have emerged from the Masters tournament and its host course that separating what is true from what is lore can be harder than landing a day pass to Berckmans Place. What follows are 100 certifiable facts about the world's greatest sporting event, except maybe the bit about the curse at Ammon Corner. Let's take a look at 10 facts about the Masters, the golf tournament. 10. The green jacket tradition started in 1937. The origins of the green jacket, a single-breasted, brass-buttoned, green sports jacket that is now bestowed upon each year's winner, dates back to 1937. The idea behind the iconic piece of clothing, according to the Augusta Chronicle, originated as a way for non-members who might have a question or need guidance to easily identify official club members who could offer them assistance. For more than a decade, the only people who were allowed to wear the now famous green jacket were Augusta National Golf Club members. The green jacket comes with some rules, for as iconic an item of clothing as it is, you won't often see a Masters green jacket out in the wild. That's because, as the Augusta Chronicle writes, jackets are kept on club grounds and taking them off the premises is forbidden. The only exception is for the Masters winner, who is allowed to take their jacket home for 1 year, then must be returned to the club. 9. The first Masters green jacket was handed out in 1949. While members of the Augusta National Golf Club began proudly wearing their jackets in the mid-1930s, it wasn't until a dozen years later that the first Masters champion took one home as part of the tournament's prize. In 1949, golfer Sam Snead became the first Masters champion to be gifted with a green jacket. So that no previous winners felt left out, the PGA reports that they were sent out to all earlier Masters champions too. An authentic Masters green jacket was once purchased at a thrift shop for $5. One of the most beloved traditions of the Masters tournament is the bequeathing of a famous green jacket to the new champion from the previous year's winner. These green jackets are among the most iconic pieces of clothing in the sporting world because they are custom-made and exclusive to tournament winners. Yet, somehow, in 1994, a lucky and unsuspecting golf fan came across one in a Toronto thrift shop and paid a whopping $5 to take it home. Please support the channel by using our golf affiliate links in the video description. 8. The jacket wasn't always very practical or comfortable. According to the PGA, the original green jackets were a little uncomfortable. The first jackets, which were crafted by Brooks Uniform Company in New York, were made of a heavy wool material that didn't quite lend itself to the links. Today, the jackets are made of a tropical weight wool that's sourced locally from the Forsman Company in Dublin, Georgia, just about 100 miles away. 7. Cell phones and cameras are prohibited. Don't think you can take a quick selfie or shots of the action at the Masters, unless you want to risk getting kicked out of the event. The club's rules strictly prohibit the use of cell phones, beepers, or any other electronic devices on the grounds at all times. If you need to make a call, you'll have to be old school about it. The club sets up stands of stationary phones to use. Cameras are also a no-no. Cameras have a little bit of leeway. They're allowed during practice rounds, which fall on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the week of the Masters. But cameras are forbidden on tournament days, which run Thursday through Sunday. 6. The Augusta National Golf Club has some ties to Dwight Eisenhower. The Augusta National Golf Club has had many significant members, including the 34th President of the United States, Dwight Eisenhower. Eisenhower was a friend of Masters chairman Clifford Roberts, who co-founded the Masters tournament with famed golfer Bobby Jones. As legend has it, Eisenhower had a major problem with a certain pine tree at Augusta, which he claimed impacted his game and asked to have removed. The conifer, which came to be known as the Eisenhower tree, was located on the 17th hole, stood 65 feet high, and was believed to be more than 100 years old. While it's no longer there, it's not because of Ike's complaints. The tree sustained severe damage in February 2014 when a rare ice storm descended on Augusta and had to be removed. There is, however, a pond on the course named after Eisenhower. 5. Pimento cheese sandwiches are a Masters tradition. The food and drink menu at the Masters has options that are not only beloved, but also surprisingly budget-friendly. According to a Golf Week article, the tournament introduced a chicken salad sandwich on brioche bread in 2021 that was priced at just $3. The entry joined other items such as chocolate chip cookies, an egg salad sandwich, and their famous pimento cheese sandwich. This cheesy spread on bread is typically credited to the late Nick Rangos, a caterer who put them together for the Masters for over 4 decades. 4. Almost everything is wrapped in green for a very good reason. Between the green jackets and the golf course itself, there's a lot of green to be seen at the Masters. This color trend carries over into the food options, with beverages typically being served in green cups and sandwiches and snacks wrapped in green paper. The reason? So that any piece of trash a patron might drop won't show up on TV. 3. Women weren't admitted to Augusta until 2012. For a long time, the Augusta National Golf Club was a men's club. In 2012, the club welcomed its first 2 female members, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice and business executive Darla Moore. Women golfers now also take the course a week before the Masters in the Augusta National Women's Amateur Championship. The championship began in 2019 and marks its 3rd year in 2022. The 2020 edition was canceled due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Similarly, in 2020, the Masters was held in November due to coronavirus concerns. It was the first time in the history of the tournament that it did not take place in April. 2. Each tournament begins with a ceremonial opening drive. Beginning in 1963, each Masters begins with a guest from its past when a veteran golfer hits a ceremonial opening drive to signify the start of another tournament. The tradition was briefly halted in 1977, but resumed in 1981. It's considered a great honor to be asked to hit the opening shot, and these golfers have become known as the honorary starters of the Masters. Past honorary starters have included Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Lee Elder, who was the first black golfer to compete in the Masters. At the 2022 Masters, Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and Gary Player will serve as honorary starters, beginning the tournament with ceremonial first tee shots on the first tee at Augusta National Golf Club. In 2021, Lee Elder joined Nicklaus and Player on the first tee for the ceremony, becoming an honorary starter. Elder was the first African-American man to compete in the Masters when he competed in the event in 1975. In 2017, Nicklaus and Player hit their ceremonial tee shots for the first time without the presence of Arnold Palmer on the first tee. Palmer, who won 4 Masters titles 1958, 1960, 1962, 1964, began as an honorary starter in 2007. He was on the first tee in 2016, but he did not hit a ceremonial first tee shot. The history of the Masters honorary starters and the ceremonial first tee shot starts years before the big 3 of Palmer, Nicklaus, and Player got together on the first tee at Augusta National. 1. Plants play an important part in the event. Plants and flowers have always been an important part of the Masters. The location of the Augusta National Golf Club was once the location of Fruitland Nurseries, a large-scale horticultural site founded in 1858. The property was sold in 1931 and quickly transformed into the Augusta National Golf Club. All 18 holes of the course are named after nursery plants, which is a great tribute to the history of this storied property. Hole 13, azalea, and Hole 11, white dogwood, are the most famous ornamentals on the grounds, and rightfully so. The famous plant for Hole 13 isn't just one type of azalea on the course, but many different types of rhododendrons that give a wide variation of colorful blooms at different times during the spring. When the dogwoods and azaleas bloom at the same time in Augusta, it is hard to beat the look of white and pink dogwood blooms with the bright colors of the azaleas to complement the many acres of perennial ryegrass. For example, hole number 1 is referred to as tea olive, while the 18th hole features a holly tree. Yet, the most noteworthy plantings are the azaleas. More than 30 varieties of this flowering shrub can be found around the course. The 13th hole is also referred to as azalea. Hole 3 at Augusta National is flowering peach. This is a fun one because Fruitland Nurseries produced over 300 kinds of peaches, which led to Mr. Berckmans being called the father of peach culture in the South. That is really saying something that the father of peaches in the peach state was growing that tasty fruit right there where our favorite golfers tee it up every spring in Augusta. Do let us know in the comments if you follow this event. Thanks for watching.